The University of South Carolina's athletics director will be Ray Tanner.
Wow, it's kind of funny how you change one uniform for another one, and this makes you a lot more nervous. I want to thank Dr. Pastides very, very much. Special thanks to the advisory board and our USC Board of Trustees. I want to thank our coaches and our current administration in the athletics department who've already shown great support as we enter into a new era together. I want to thank my wife Karen and our children who have unwavering love and support. As is often the case in our business, our jobs impact our families, and my family, just like yours, handles it with a wonderful spirit, which I truly appreciate. Today is a little bittersweet for my children, but not because of me leaving baseball. This morning, the state newspaper notified them that Reptar had gone to the big fishbowl in the sky. So that was the tone of conversation in our house this morning. But Gracie, Maggie, and Luke, if I had to guess, in 2013, Reptar 2 will probably be on the scene. Today, I'm honored and humbled to become the athletics director at this great university. As Dr. Pastides had alluded to, I've had an interest in returning to athletic administration once my coaching days were over. And a couple of years ago, I had a number of opportunities to speak with Dr. Pastides and Eric Hyman about my future outside of baseball. 2 weeks ago, when Eric made the decision to go to A&M, I immediately approached Dr. Pastides to inform him of my sincere interest and desire to serve our student athletes, our coaches, our alumni, and Gamecock Nation. Sometimes coaches, we move fast. Although he was only minutes into the search process, we had a great meeting, and I told him that I would be in the bullpen waiting for a call. He looked at me, and I'm sure he was probably thinking more along the lines of Matt Price than me. But I'm very grateful that eventually I got the signal, so I'm in the game. We currently have tremendous momentum in our department. Mr. Hyman has been a great leader and positively impacted our student athletes and coaches. I want to thank Eric and Pauline for their dedicated service to the Carolina family for the last 7 years. Also, I want to thank Marcy Gerton for her contributions as a COO. She will be joining Eric and Pauline in College Station. And I wish them the best, except when the Aggies and our Gamecocks lock up. And on those days, I just hope I get a chance to console them a little bit. I'm very excited to begin my new role as we continue on our current path here at Carolina with forward momentum. It is imperative that we stay on track as we compete in the SEC and nationally. As you all know, we have tremendous coaches across all sports, and we have a great administrative staff here in place. For my first official act as AD, I'd like to announce 2 new assignments that have been accepted. First, Charles Waddell will move into the role as Athletics Deputy Director. Charles Waddell. And Kevin O'Connell will move into the position of Chief Operating Officer. to both of you for stepping up to help me lead our department. Also, I'd like to mention a couple other members of our senior staff. If they're available or here, please stand up. Judy Van Horn, our Senior Associate AD and Senior Women's Administrator. Judy here. Lyndon Harrison, our Associate AD of Academics and Life Skills. Jeff Talent, our Chief Financial Officer. And Chris Rogers, the Associate AD of Compliance Services. My move into this chair comes as a surprise maybe to some people, but not those who knew me or know me very well. I think we all knew that I would end up in an administrative capacity at some point. Many years ago, when I was a young buck trying to make it in the world of coaching, I was an assistant coach right out of college at North Carolina State. And God forbid that any athletics director around the country would allow an assistant baseball coach to be full-time. You had to have a lot of other duties to merit a salary. I gained a tremendous amount of experience administratively across a lot of different areas, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very, very much. And at the tender age of 27 in the summer of 1987, our then athletics director, the late Jimmy Valvano, came to me and he said, "You know, our baseball coach is retiring." I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "I would like for you to also retire." And I said, "Coach V, what do you have in mind?" He said, "I'd like for you to enter administration on a full-time basis. I'll put you at a high level working with our basketball program." I said, "Coach V, I'm a young guy. I cannot leave the field right now." And he said, "Okay, but you have a great opportunity in administration to be an athletics director at a young age. And as a coach, you might not make it." So, Jimmy V, it's not too late. And now, I'm not just at the collegiate level, I'm at the University of South Carolina. I'm a Gamecock, and I bleed garnet and black. One of the greatest assets we have here is our wonderful boosters and our fan base. Very much appreciate the enthusiasm and support. We have great coaches and great teams, but with your continued support, we'll continue to strive and reach even greater heights. If you will allow me rather quickly, I do want to give you a quick review of what happened this past year. Our football team, Coach Spurrier, record 11 wins. And apparently they're not very happy, they're moving forward, so great news for our football team. Coach Staley, our women's basketball team, in the Sweet 16. Coach Burston and Coach Smith, both of our soccer teams were conference champions. Coach Anderson and our women's golf team captured the East Regional title and finished fifth at the NCAAs. And our baseball team snuck back into the College World Series in the finals once again. In addition, both men and women's tennis, track, and field teams advanced to the postseason. Our men's golf team and the equestrian team advanced to the postseason as well. And all of these things happened while our student athletes were achieving the highest GPA in the history of the school. Coach Harrison did a tremendous job. Our student athletes are going to be a priority for us, and our major emphasis will be on graduating them while providing opportunities to compete at the highest level and win. There will be an unwavering emphasis on integrity and compliance while remaining fiscally sound. In closing, I want to thank all of my current players, former players, my coaches and support staff that I've had in baseball for their dedication to me and this great university. I will miss putting the uniform on, but you can rest assured I will be coaching where I'll be sitting. Maybe a little bit armchair style. Lastly, I would like to thank Dr. Mike McGee